I'm sure you all heard that the Danes have mastered their pastries, but did you know they're also known for their hot dogs, and that there is a self-governing alternative community called Christiania? But first, let's see if you recognize this bakery. If you know, you know. So this has to be one of the most famous bakeries in Copenhagen, called Hart Bageri. It was featured in the series The Bear. The pastry I had was like a Danish pastel de nata, but flakier. I highly recommend it. Some of you may even recognize this boat. Let me know in the comment section. Next up, let's talk about Copenhagen's most iconic street food, hot dogs. We tried a few, but trust me, you have to visit this hot dog stand by the round tower. It's hands down the best out there. It's simply the best there is. The bun is toasted, the sausage is top notch. You get fresh onions, crispy fried onions, mustard, ketchup, a special sauce and pickles. Just be careful though, don't let that pickle slip out.
No pressure.
My precious pickle. Tu vas dire? C'est bon. Moi je te vois d'abord.
Now, who's ready for another pastry? One thing I have to mention though, I've got a bit of a complaint about the coffee. The quality is just not there and they serve it lukewarm. But hey, I think that's just how they roll over here. Plus it costs €6, so it ain't cheap. Now for us, the new harbour was one of the prettiest places we visited in Copenhagen, with all the colourful buildings and whatnot. We were lucky enough to visit around Christmas time, so we got to check out some Christmas markets. What a vibe.
Well, not sure what it is, but it's Christmassy, so...
Ouais bon, on t'arrache pas là. Yeah, super good. Quelles one?
Ja.
For her?
You want to try?
Yes, please.
I'm not sure how to describe.
Can I try it? This is like white?
It's like,
Yeah, it's like wine with
But I think
whiskey and
it has
with
whiskey.
Like
cinnamon.
like
It's
cinnamon.
super sweet, yeah. It's good.
I'm not sure. It's like wine with spice.
Is it called glug? Glug. Nice.
So good.
Is it really warm?
They really want
For fish, they're good.
For Christmas market with free samples.
Since Denmark is the birthplace of Lego, we had to pop into one of the stores. And yes, we found a Lego model size of the new harbour.
How that fit? Well, who's hungry?
Dun, 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 dun.
Hungry?
Hungry.
Alright. Gasoline, grill.
Yes, sir.
That'll be the plan. Gonna eat some burgers.
I'm gonna fuel up at the gasoline grill. Oh my god.
Massive queue.
To eat the world famous burger.
This has to be
In
one
a
of those.
gasoline station, petrol station.
Has to be one of those unsolved mysteries. How can a burger place be so famous in a petrol station?
Mystery science can never solve.
And this is literally a petrol station that are selling burgers.
Original. Original. Een grapje.
Gewoon niet different.
The burger was nice, but we queued for an hour, and honestly, I don't think it's worth it. The sauce was good, but not outstanding. The fries were excellent. The burger was juicy, but the bun needed to be a bit toasted, which it wasn't. Overall, I would say like a solid 8.
So that wall that you're seeing behind us, that separates us from the free world. Also they call it the free world. So that's Christiania. Very famous place here in Denmark. This basically was a military base during the 70s, and then in 71 a group of hippies took over, squatted in the place, and now it's called a lawless town. But even though it's lawless, rules still apply there, kind of, because the government knows what's happening in there, but in way to control it, they allow it into a certain sense. I'm talking about herbs, if you know what I mean. We just visited. It's a pretty normal area. There's shops, restaurants, bars. They have their own beer, so it's more commercialized. So people have businesses there, or probably they just took advantage of the tourists, because it's quite touristy nowadays.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I got the impression that it started off as a community with good intentions, focused on alternative living. Over time though, it attracted some less positive elements, especially with the herb trade. This led to some issues, but today there's a real effort to turn things around. It's slowly transforming into a more peaceful, community-focused place. I'll be honest, I sometimes get the feeling that the Danes come across a bit arrogant and entitled, but when we visit Christiania, it was a completely different vibe. The people there are down to earth, open, and I really enjoyed it. We couldn't leave Copenhagen without visiting the iconic Little Mermaid. We didn't have high expectations since it was pretty touristy, but to our surprise, it was actually pretty charming. That's a wrap on Copenhagen. Thanks for coming along. Catch you on the next one. Peace.